Managed to re-establish that line with Phindiwe Kamolane, who is Unisa's chair of the online examination committee. We're talking about some of the concerns that Unisa students have raised around the online exams and the technical glitches. Phindiwe, let's give this another try. You were explaining that out of the 1.7 million students that are supposed to sit for exams and the 3,000 modules, only 7 modules were affected by these technical glitches.
Indeed, and that will then translate into a 0.7%. So overall, when we look at it, we haven't experienced a lot of technical glitches. There is whereby students may have been disadvantaged at the start of the examination, where 15 minutes the server may have been down, or there may have been an unavailability of a question paper. And in those instances, Clement, we then increase the time of the students to make up for the 15 minutes that they have lost. We also understand, Clement, the context of the students' complaints regarding these technical glitches. You find that we have noted that some of our students come into the system very late, particularly when they have to submit their answer scripts. We provide students with a 1-hour submission, whereby students will then be able to access our systems and provide us with their scripts. But we're finding that students are coming in 5 minutes before the closing time. So given the size of their answer scripts, the system may take long for it to accept the students' scripts, given the network the students would be having on their side. In such cases, the system then closes the examination session for submission, and the student is kicked out. Hence, we then implore and request our students to utilize the 1 hour that has been provided them to submit, to actually utilize that 1 hour for submission and no other activities, Clement.
All right. So you're saying that the problem is not that widespread, but these 7 modules, that's still enough to warrant urgent attention. I'm told that the Invigilator app has also had some problems. Maybe you can take us through some of the technical glitches that have been experienced with these 7 modules that are affected. Because that Invigilator app, it's one of the safety measures to guard against, plagiarism. What have been the consequences of that? Because some students say they've been asked to apply for supplementary exams.
And I think that's where students become confused, because our examination platform works separately from the Invigilator app. And I must say, for those 7 modules where it was on our side that the servers went down, that those modules have been rescheduled within the current examination sitting and not the next examination sitting. With the Invigilator app, we are finding, and as I stated, if the invigilator, for some reason, the student fails to start off their invigilation in the app, they are still able to continue writing their assessment and submit their answer scripts on the My Unisa platform. And Invigilator is an add-on and a plug-in to our systems. So the students are not disadvantaged in any way through the utilization of the Invigilator app. But if we then zoom into these technical queries that students have complained about, we're finding that students are ill-prepared for online examination. They're finding out when they start the exam that they are being invigilated, and that's when they want to start downloading the Invigilator app from their Play Stores or App Stores, right? Okay. But the invigilation itself, you need to activate it 30 minutes when you start your examination so that the invigilation itself is effective. So when students then start the invigilation 30 minutes after assessment time, the Invigilator app then kicks them out, because effectively you have spent a lengthy period of time not being invigilated, and within that time you would have engaged in suspicious behavior. So that is one of the errors that students are finding is, one, the Invigilator app is kicking them out because of the late start of the invigilation, and that is due to students sometimes downloading the Invigilator app when they start noticing that their script is being invigilated. Secondly, we're also seeing that some students are registering late. So we have provided the supplier, obviously within the confinements of the POPI Act, the supplier, the student numbers of those who would have been invigilated. But in some instances, particularly for students that were writing the May-June examination, their admission may have run late after we provided the supplier with the student numbers. Now they're finding that when they need to register, the invigilator then kicks them out. We have sent out SMSs and communication to students to ask them if they can then please register on the Invigilator app a day before, so that if their student number is not included in the suppliers list, we can then cater for such challenges. So in itself, the Invigilator app has never, I think we have experienced the Invigilator app experiencing server issues twice. It's linked to the Amazon services, and that's when there was an international server downtime that the Invigilator app went down. But in essence, where students are experiencing errors, we are seeing it either through late registrations or the Unisa itself not having provided the student number to the supplier. Hence, it's important for our students then to register on the app the day before.
All right. Phindiwe Kamolane, Unisa's chair of the Online Examination Committee, thank you so much for your time.